Jake, because he's just phenomenal at what his job is, has the visual of Pac-12 coaching salaries.
Yeah.
Kyle Whittingham versus Lincoln Riley. Lincoln's allegedly making $10 million plus per year.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Whittingham is making $6 million to coach your program.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have, Kyle Whittingham or Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, I mean that's a difficult question overall, but I think that I think I probably have Whit. Honestly, I think that Kyle Whittingham has always been a defensive first guy. The problem is Kyle Whittingham hasn't been to the playoff. That's the problem, and Lincoln Riley has. I'm pretty sure with Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure. Have to go back and verify, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So like, the performance is there, and what's tough is that. You know that Lincoln's only going to get better at SC. This is his first year, and he damn near went to the playoff. And, yeah, he loses to Utah both times, and those are his only 2 losses. So, to me, on a football field, X's and O's, I got to win a big game. I'm probably going with Kyle Whittingham. But Lincoln Riley, in terms of money-making, flashy program, getting to the playoff, playing for a national championship, Lincoln Riley's probably the better choice. So, that's the tough part. If Kyle Whittingham had been to the playoff a couple of times, I would definitely be going with Whit, but I think you have to go with Lincoln Riley because he's got the top-end performance.
I think all day, every day, I'm going with Kyle Whittingham because there's a couple of things that matter to me. I think Kyle Whittingham is a defense-first guy, and as a football guy, I'm a defense-first guy. I want to win with defense, but I also have to go with Lincoln Riley because he also knows how to put points on the board. And one of the things that it always has concerned me about Kyle Whittingham is he's not a quarterback guy. Now, what I mean by that is Kyle Whittingham's never had that dynamic, over-the-top, best quarterback in the conference. Not one time has that been the case. And so I look at the skill positions. Money Parks is a great receiver. Jaquindon Jackson's a great running back guy. That's what Kyle Whittingham is. Kyle Whittingham is not out competing for the best quarterbacks. He's not out competing for the best wide receiver talent. And that's a little concerning in 2022 Pac-12 football land where you have to have speed and you have to have a quarterback that's a general. Caleb Williams just won the Heisman Trophy at USC. That's a huge bit. What if Kyle Whittingham had the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback at Utah? How much better would this team be? Frankly, if 1 year Kyle Whittingham had the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback at Utah, is this team competing not at the top of the Pac-12, but at the top of college football the way that USC already is? Yeah, there's a good chance they are.
It's tough, not to cut in on you, but they're already at the top of college football.
Yes, they are.
1 year in.
That's a tough reality and a tough pill to swallow because of how good Caleb Williams is.
And it's like, dude, their defense is garbage.
But
we saw that. But again, the offense is just so overpowering, right? Unless, right? It has to be said, and I'm sure we're getting comments, unless you're playing Utah's defense. That's what's so frustrating about this conversation. So it's like, hey, does Whit deserve to be paid on par with Lincoln Riley? Well, absolutely. Right? He beat Lincoln Riley twice this year. Nobody else did that. They didn't lose to anybody else. So, yeah, I think Kyle Whittingham deserves to be paid on par with Lincoln Riley. But if you're asking me for the health of my program, who I'm going to build around, it's probably Lincoln Riley.
Okay. Blake Phillips would like us to know that Chris Beard was arrested for assault. Arrested.
Yeah, we already said that, my guy.
Welcome to the show.
You fucking donkey.
Luis Capazzo says, Blake, check your spelling. I don't know what arrested means. Thank you, Blake.
That was funny.
That is funny. Tyler P. says, Whit is a great developer of talent. He doesn't need 5-star recruits. Need?
Yeah, but dude, come on. You can't get away from the fact that if you ask Kyle Whittingham, hey, if I gave you 5-star recruits across the board, right, and then your 2 deep was full of 4 stars, you're really telling me Kyle Whittingham would say no to that? Well, nobody's going to say no to that.
And you're telling me that in your program, Jake,
yeah,
you're welcome. That
with all due respect,
you don't want to use a transfer portal. how much can Kyle Whittingham this offseason right now leverage the transfer portal? Well, he's already doing it. The Fano brothers are a good example of that. He's recruiting his ass off.
But like that's a unique situation if you think about it.
Well, maybe.
You know what I mean? Because that's a BYU Utah thing.
Yeah, but I don't care why. I mean, he flipped Spencer. That's a good win.
But what I'm saying is that Lincoln doesn't need to get guys from BYU. Lincoln's getting guys nationally.
But so is Kyle. He's recruiting really well. Like NIL's gotten better. Like I just think Kyle Whittingham, I want to see a prolific quarterback. I want to see prolific wide receivers. You can't keep running out Devon Vele and Money Parks and not have a number one. Because guys like Solomon Enos, guys like Devon Vele, they're not number one receivers. They're really good, but they're 2s and 3s. And your tight end, and I love Dalton and I love Keithy, but you can't have your tight end be your number one receiver.
Yeah.
You can't. It is a quick way to mediocrity. The only reason that this team can handle that is because their defense is so above and beyond awesome. If you can, and again, Kyle Whittingham's an old dog. You're not going to put new spots on an old dog.
Yeah.
You're not going to teach a tiger to change his tricks, right? The point is,
right.
Kyle Whittingham is who he is. Is he ever going to have a prolific best quarterback in the country? I don't know.
This is Coach Saban.
But probably not, because that's not how he builds his programs. You know? So it just is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I think if I had to choose one today, I'm taking Kyle Whittingham all day. I don't even know that I'd have to think about it for a long time.
Wow.
I don't know that. And if I didn't even get to talk to him, I'm taking Kyle Whittingham. If I got to interview him, I'd have to talk to Kyle about the transfer portal and the offense. Because you can't be a non-transfer portal guy. You can't. Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State's getting left behind. He said, I don't know how many people saw. Mike Gundy said he doesn't like the transfer portal.
Me?
Well, good luck, coach. Enjoy your retirement. But if I just have to take one of the two, I'm taking Kyle Whittingham all day long. All day long.
Yeah.
You know. Tyler P. says, give Witt Caleb and see who's a better coach. The problem is Witt can't get Caleb.
That's the problem.
Couldn't get him in Oklahoma. Lincoln got him in Oklahoma. Got in a transfer portal, got him at USC. Like, that's a big deal. Jaron Brown says USC had a favorable schedule this year. No Oregon or Washington. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You beat them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's no need to excuse it away.
Yeah.
The bottom line is Caleb Williams won the Heisman Trophy and never even considered Utah. It just is what it is. You know, Luis says, just think how deep the Utes could go in the playoffs with some 5-star recruits. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But why
you're getting Mo Diabate from Florida.
Why would any 5-star quarterback play for Kyle Whittingham?
That's the hardest pill to swallow.
You wouldn't.
That's the hardest pill to swallow.
Mo Diabate would, right? Devon Blackman would, right? Right?
Yeah.
Clark Phillips III would. Oh, but that's right. The best receiver in your program the last 5 years was Britton Covey. That's right. Right.
It's tough, dude. It's tough. And I think Witt is not one who likes change on his offense. You know, and I think Andy Ludwig's part of this conversation because I think that's a Witt guy. Is Andy Ludwig a prolific recruiter? It doesn't feel like it.
No.
Doesn't feel like it. You know, and you look at guys like Jim Harding who are vital parts of the cog at Utah. Somebody's got to go get a remarkable quarterback because that's what it's going to take to keep up with USC. That's what it's going to take. Ruff's official says Caleb will go to the NFL and be a flop, and USC will be back out of bowl contention. He's not going to the NFL. He's only a sophomore.
Which everyone forgets.
Caleb Williams is coming back.
So you have no frame of reference here, Donnie.
I got news for you. When has Lincoln Riley not had one of the best quarterbacks in the country? Whether it's Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, it's USC. It's a quarterback factory. All they do is put guys in the NFL who
and I think
flop.
we can all agree, at college, they're phenomenal talents.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're prolific college quarterbacks. Now, I agree. NFL, USC quarterbacks have been garbage. 100%. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. It says it's snowing in West Valley on my phone.
Okay, do you want me to go look? Do we need to do a weather check?
I guess so, because I don't see it snowing.
Okay, weather check. Hold on.
I don't see it snowing. Jake is now going to go and do a weather check. I don't see it snowing I would love for it to be snowing, but we'll see. Jake's out there looking. Kurt Meyer says Alabama had the number 1 QB and it didn't get Bama to the playoffs, right? But Alabama also didn't have great wide receivers this year. I mean, it's a total package. By the way, Alabama has had, like, look at Mac Jones. They always have a quarterback. And they're always one of the best programs in college. Are we really having this argument right now? I'm a little surprised by that. Greg, what's our weather report?
It's snowing. It is snowing lightly, not vigorously, but lightly.
It is lightly.
The ground is wet.
Okay.
Excuse me, the ground is moist.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Probably wearing white jeans. Andy Ludwig's offense self-selects in terms of recruiting. There was never a chance for CW coming to Utah. No, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That's not what we're about.
Yep. Get wit the program. Get it? Get wit instead of with
Get
the
with the program. Yeah.